So a single court case just sent this tremor right through the heart of Silicon Valley. And honestly, it could unravel the entire fabric of social media as we know it. We're talking about a landmarked verdict here, one that completely redefines who's responsible when platforms cause harm. A lot of people are calling this the turning point for big tech.
And look, that's not just hype. When technology journalist Jacob Ward says something like that, you listen. He's not framing this as just another lawsuit. No, he's putting it on the same level as the moment we all realized cigarettes cause cancer or the moment we decided cars needed seatbelts. It's a fundamental shift in public safety.
All right, so what exactly happened? Well, a jury in Los Angeles just delivered a truly groundbreaking verdict. And it was against two of the biggest names you can think of. Meta, Facebook and Instagram's parent company, and Google's YouTube. What makes this so special is that it's the very first lawsuit of its kind to actually make it all the way to a trial. And the outcome? It sent absolute shockwaves through the tech world. So let's get into what the jury actually found, because the details here are everything. They said these companies were negligent, but not because of the content. No, this is the key. They were negligent in the very design of their platforms. They also ruled that the companies failed to warn people about the dangers. And this is the real gut punch. They concluded that the platforms directly harmed a young user because of addictive features that led to mental health issues. This is a huge shift from all the old cases that were just about content. The whole case really hinges on this brand new legal idea called harm by design. See, the argument isn't about some specific video someone saw or a mean comment they read. It's about the very guts of the platforms themselves. Things like the endless scroll, the constant notifications, those algorithms that just keep feeding you more. The idea is that these features are engineered on purpose to be addictive, and that they can cause real, tangible harm.
The implications of this are just staggering. I mean, you have experts like Jacob Ward saying this is the end of social media as we know it. That is a massive statement. So let's really unpack why this one single verdict could change absolutely everything.
You have to understand, for years, tech companies have had these powerful legal shields that made them pretty much untouchable when it came to how their products actually worked. But this verdict, it just shattered that protection. By successfully arguing harm by design, these lawyers have basically created a whole new legal playbook. Now companies can be held responsible not for what we post, but for building addictive products in the first place. And you gotta believe, this is not just about one lawsuit. Not at all. This one victory has created a blueprint, a legal roadmap for thousands of others to follow. It's like they've just opened the floodgates. But let's be real for a second. These are some of the richest companies in the history of the world. Can't they just pay the fines and go on with business as usual? It's a totally fair question, but when you look at the numbers, the story gets a lot more complicated. First, let's just try to wrap our heads around the scale here. Alphabet, which is Google's parent company, is worth over $3 trillion. That's trillion with a T. It's more than the entire economy of most countries. Meta's not far behind. The amount of money we're talking about is almost impossible to comprehend. Now compare that to the judgment in this case, $3 million. Okay, for a company like Google or Meta, that's literally a rounding error. It's nothing. So yeah, if this was the only case, they could just write a check and forget about it.
But here's the thing. It's not the only case. Not by a long shot. And this is where the real threat is. You see, there are over 1,600, 1,600 similar lawsuits already waiting in the wings. These are from other families, from hundreds of school districts. So you take that $3 million and you multiply it by 1,600. All of a sudden, you're looking at billions of dollars in potential payouts. And that is a number that even these giants have to take seriously.
So this is the whole point, right? For the very first time, there is a massive, credible financial reason for them to change. And let's face it, in the corporate world, nothing motivates change like the risk of losing billions and billions of dollars. This new legal liability might just be the only thing powerful enough to force them to redesign their products to actually be safer for us.
To really get how huge this moment is, we kind of have to zoom out and look at history. Because, believe it or not, this isn't the first time a whole industry has had to face a public safety reckoning like this.
Think about it. Back in the 60s, we finally confronted the dangers of big tobacco. Then in the 70s, after fighting it for years, the auto industry was forced to put in basic stuff like seatbelts. Well, a lot of people believe that today, big tech is at that exact same crossroads. That moment where society finally says, you know what, the potential for harm here is just too great, and new rules have to be made.
Of course, this fight is just getting started. It's going to be a long, brutal war. Both Meta and Google have already said they're going to appeal this verdict and fight it. As one expert put it, tooth and nail. I mean, for them, this isn't just another lawsuit. It's a genuine threat to their entire business model.
So that really leaves us with this one fundamental question. We rewrote the rules for how cigarettes could be sold. We rewrote the rules for how cars had to be built. After this verdict, it's pretty clear that new rules are coming for our digital world too. The question is, what are those rules going to be? What will we demand? More transparency, stricter age limits, or a complete redesign of these platforms from the ground up to put our well-being ahead of their profits? The future of the internet, really, could depend on the answers we come up with.